Losing my Muay Thai fight is the most embarrassing thing ever. At least that's what I thought before the fight, but it couldn't be anything further than the truth. In this video, I'm going to explain to you my thoughts, my feelings, a little bit of a fight breakdown as well, you know, because it's 3 weeks out from the fight. I had a lot of time to heal, and you might be interested, someone who's not had a Muay Thai fight before, and you're scared of doing it because you might lose. It might be a good perspective. I want to break down what I feel after the fight, 3 weeks out, you know, whether I want to fight again. So stick around to the end where I tell you everything. Oh, I'm going to come closer, you know. I'll be honest, like leading up to the fight, it's the hardest bit of the fight. Lead up, the build up, the weeks to go, the doubts, the fear. You know, especially when I found out who I was fighting, bro. Like, I see people in the 5th, 6th fights in Thailand fighting, you know, easy opponents who are smaller than them. You know, God didn't give me that task, unfortunately. God gave me the task of fighting someone bigger, taller than me. Scary when I first agreed, but then the more preparation you do, that's when the confidence started to grow for me, bro. That was, you know, and I went into that fight mentally prepared, physically prepared, everything. You know, I really thought I was going to get the dub. There was a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of fears that I had going into the fight, that once I had them, I realised. So things like, would I crack under pressure was one. Would I let the crowd and the venue and the heat of the moment, would that crack me? Could I take a punch to the face and still keep going? And you know, you saw the videos in that first round. He was swinging at me and he was landing, and I was stood there unfazed. So that's what is giving me that hunger to go again, to be honest. Because if I can put it to a guy who's bigger than me, who's tougher than me, and I could take his punches, and I took knees to the face, I feel like the second fight is going to be a lot easier, and my preparation is going to be even better, because there was a lot of things where I could have prepared better. And I'm going to do a full video, probably after I've done this video now, in this finger, but I'm going to upload it later after this. I'm going to do a video where I break down the do's and don'ts, the best ways to prepare for a first fight, but even for fighters who have been fighting for a while, could benefit from it, because I'd only been training properly for 3 months, and it takes a lot of people years to gain that confidence to actually go into the ring. So there's a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that I did behind the scenes, you know. So stick around, subscribe if you're interested in training in Thailand, maybe considering having a fight yourself. Subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a video straight after this. I'm going to be uploading it maybe a few days after this one, where I break down the things that you should do before a fight that people don't tell you, because I've researched so many videos, you know, about how to prepare for your first fight. It was all that I was obsessed with, and I break down the fucking fight itself. So I did a lot of visualization before the fight, stuff like that, of what it's going to be like on fight night. But when you're there, the best way that I could have described it, especially like before the fight and you're preparing and you're doing the hand wraps about that, time is inevitable. And all you're thinking about is just preparing your mind as much as you can for what's about to come. And obviously I've never had this experience before of having a fight. All I could say is that you're just a person on a roller coaster. That's the only way I could describe it. You cannot control what is happening. You can only control your mindset. And you've just got to be so fucking calm. It's such like the most spiritual meditation, in my opinion. Like, if you're a fighter, and you might know what I'm on about, but you just have to remain calm. The things that are happening around you, you know, you're getting your hands wrapped, you just stood there, you just got to take it in, be ready, prepare your mind. And then the next thing, you get oiled up, then you change your shorts, then you got to put the box on, and you're just walking around. And there was a lot of I didn't know what was happening, but I did do a lot of visualization and meditation, like weeks coming up to it. So anything that came up, like I remember being told that I was fighting 5th. Then I got told I was fighting 3rd, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. Then I got told randomly I was fighting 2nd, and I had to, like, you know, be rushed around, which again, I was pretty calm. I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll fight 2nd. And then I got told I was fighting 3rd. So yeah, there's a lot of like to-ing and fro-ing, but you just got to remain calm. I feel like when you've got a fight, you know, nothing really phases you. Like, yeah, just like walking around. I was there like topless, oiled up, probably in the best shape. Yeah, the best shape of my life. Girls coming up to me like. Another thing is like the crowd was staring me out, like, and you only I took it in for 1 second, because I looked around, everyone was staring at me, and it's like obvious why. Obviously I'm topless doing shadow boxing, People are staring at me walking around to the other side of the ring, and there was 1 second where I looked around and went, whoa, this is pretty fucked. And then I switched back into my zone. I was like, right, I'm not looking at another person in the crowd ever again. Because so many people tell you that when you're in the ring, it's just you and another guy. And I had these beliefs of like, I don't think that is a thing. Surely you would notice the crowd, but you generally don't. As soon as you switch on, I'm not taking another glimpse at the crowd, because there was a second where I took a glimpse and it didn't get to me. I was like, whoa, this is pretty fucked. I feel like a fucking actual fighter here. Into the ring, it was calm. Obviously I had the Y crew dance that was did, you know, the Y crew did that, and then the bell fucking rings and it's like, fuck. The bell rings and it's go time, and you're just that person in the roller coaster. You're just a person who's just being controlled by everything else, hands wrapped, boxing gloves, walk to the side of the ring, go into the ring, do the Y crew, and then you do the prayer take it off, and yeah, the ref just like says some words and boom, you're in. It's like there's nothing else, and you just have to fucking be like, yeah, you're ready now. the crowd's all staring at you, the crowd's chanting your name, the crowd's shouting, come on England, come on Connor, random girls. It was like, obviously I couldn't hear it, but watching the footage back is very surreal. It's like, wow, it looks like I'm in a fucking movie and I'm like the main character. just for one little fight, I'm the main character. For one night, and it is crazy. And I recommend anyone fucking do this, because I'm not going into the fight yet, but I recommend everyone do this, because that whole mental pressure before the fight, before getting in the ring, for weeks to come, the preparation, the discipline, it'll test you in so many ways. The doubts, how you overcome the doubts and the fear, how you turn that fear into belief and confidence through your preparation. These are the things that it's taught me, and one of the best lessons, because what I learned is that confidence is not a given. Confidence comes from proof of action, proof of evidence. That's what it taught me, because even though I was scared, I realised, bro, I've been training, even though it's just 3 months, you know, I've had the best preparation, I've done my best, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And if there's any way that I'm going to beat this guy, it's going to be through being confident and being switched on mentally. And that is what I did. I had the preparation, and I think everyone should go through that, because it's scary. Learning to fight and stepping into a martial arts gym is scary when you're absolutely shit. But that's kind of why I wanted to document this whole journey, is to prove that if I can do it, so can you. If you wanted to do it. Obviously, I know it's not for everyone, but even if you didn't want to learn to fight, you could learn something else, and that's absolutely fine, because there's so many people who procrastinate in this life. And, you know, I always go on about it. I know it sounds like a broken record if you follow me for a while, but procrastinating gets you nowhere. I mean, for years, I wanted to learn how to fight out, because I knew that it was a skill that would get me a lot of confidence, and it has. Being able to defend yourself, your family, your future family, it is for me. I think for any man, you should want. That is a desire you should have. Whether you want to lie and say, nah, you're not bothered. Deep down, every man wants to know how to fight. But whatever. I wanted to document this journey because I wanted to show you what is possible if you actually put your mind to something and just fucking start. And I've took it this year. I've took from being a complete beginner to fucking having a fight, through, you know, a sellout crowd in fucking Chiang Mai, people chanting my name. Again, I fought a fucking very tough opponent, and yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. But that's why I think everyone else should have. It doesn't even have to be, you know, having a fight, because I know it's a bit extreme. I know not everyone wants to do it. It's probably the most extreme. Not even fucking David Goggins, for instance, you know. But I think everyone should go through a process like that. Something that's unachievable right now. I was very out of shape as well, so if there's anything like an endurance challenge, high rocks, a marathon, anything like that in your life that you want to do, my best advice is just fucking do it, because it dials you in mentally. It does really test your discipline. There are so many mornings and so many times where I didn't want to go on a run, and I did. And it's like, once you get in the habit of that, you can then. I have the confidence now that I could start anything. I think that's one of the best things that it's given me. I could start anything and improving it to a point where I can push it to a level and I can succeed. And I know technically you might think, oh, you're not succeeded, you lost, but getting in the ring for me is a success. And the fact that I want to go again and to turn this into an even bigger story where I come back and fucking get a win after losing, you know, that is a mentality that you need to have with anything. There is no such thing as a loss, only a lesson. The only way that you lose is if you give up, and it's so fucking true. Do not ever give up, whatever it is in your fucking life. I know I'm going a bit off topic here in a tangent, but don't fucking give up. Whatever it is, whatever goal you actually have, whatever dream that you fucking have, whether it is you want to move to a different country, whether it is you want to fucking be an astronaut, you want to be a singer, just do the things that you need to do to get there. That's the thing. If you take the action, you've got to fucking dial in everything. That is the main thing. You got to do the habits that you need to be to become that thing. So if it is a fighter, I had to do the habits during fight camp and during preparation that aligned with my goal of winning that fight. And I did. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but it's not the point I'm trying to make. You know, for me, fighting, I think that is an important lesson for life, bro. Whatever person you want to become, whatever thing you want to strive for, you have got to take action. You can't just manifest things and hope for things without putting in the work. It's not how it works, bro. But yeah, let's talk about the fight itself, because the fight was fucking crazy. And some things that I've learned from the fight, whatever you do in sparring, in Muay Thai sparring, that is what you're going to do in the fight. That is all you revert back to. Unfortunately, like one of my things that I wanted to do was I thought one of my biggest tools was my teep to the chest, and there was 2 times in that first round where I teeped him twice in the chest, left, right, and it didn't fucking impact him. It didn't. He just kept going forward. Maybe I should have did it more. But another thing is that I changed my boxers, I changed my fighting shorts as well. Like, I didn't expect to change into a new pair of shorts, which I did. I had to change into the blue shorts, which were very tight around me. And I actually couldn't get high with the teep. Couldn't get high with it, because I couldn't reach his face, which was, I can't lie, that was the plan. But unfortunately, that was a tool out the window. The teep didn't hurt him because he was a bigger opponent. I never sparred someone that big in sparring, which again, I'm going to go into the mistakes I made in the next video. Yeah, whatever you do in your sparring, that is what you're going to do in the fight. And I think he was the same. He didn't throw any elbows the same way I didn't throw any elbows, because I did not do elbows in sparring, and I didn't really drill them into myself, into my subconscious. And yeah, that's one thing that I definitely learned. In the fight, you just do what you're used to doing in sparring. So if you've got to fucking really drill it down, whatever you do in sparring in the fight. With the fight, I feel like he definitely won the first round. He fucking hit me with a lot of things to the head. But even like when I was in the first round, I didn't realize how much he actually fucking like hit me with power. Like, I was just taking it out. The only thing I could really think of is just throwing hands back. He won the first round. I won the second and third one. The fourth one he won. In the fifth one, I think over the course of the 4 rounds, he just did a lot more damage on me. I think he did more damage to me in the first and the 4th round than I did to him in the second and third. So even though it was technically even, he did more damage to me. In the 5th round, I just literally had nothing to give. Whether it was my cardio, looking back, I did think it was my cardio, but I think looking back, in my opinion, I think he did more damage on me over the fucking 4 rounds, and I think on my head it fucking did a lot of damage. And I trained my cardio a lot, the hit train and stuff, but maybe just not enough, you know. And I'm going to go into these sort of things, maybe not enough of, you know, maybe I underestimated it, because people, you know, I've never threw a fucking punch as hard as I can. So to throw punches and to go fucking 4 rounds and being in the 5th round for my first fight, that in itself is fucking pretty crazy. So maybe underestimated it, which is probably standard for anyone. But you know, it was his first Muay Thai fight as well. It is what it is. But that's my opinion. I'm proud that I put up the fight that I did. You know, so many people came up to me and was, you know, applauded my performance, even though I lost and it was hard to take. I think, you know, at the end of the day, I am proud of what I did, because for the version of me just fucking 6-7 months ago would never have been able to even imagine the fucking fighting. So, you know, I did take his punches and I kept fucking throwing back and I never gave up. That was one thing that I was proud about. Sorry, this is another. I'm gonna go off a tangent here, but to never fucking give up. A lot of people say, I saw a reel the other day and it said, you can practice your technique and you can develop that. You can develop your defense, you can develop your form, you can develop your footwork, you can develop all these things. But one thing you can't develop is whether you're going to give up through adversity. Once it gets tough in the first, second round and he's pressing you, are you the type to give up or are you the type to fucking return? Have you got that fighting spirit inside you? And yeah, I didn't know, that was a limiting belief. I didn't know if I had that dog in me. I never knew if I had that fight in me. But what this taught me is that I do have that within me. I can take the punches and I can kick and I can defend the kicks and stuff like that. I can, all these things, I can actually put myself in the ring and put up a good fight. That is what I was proud of. That is why I've got to go again. 100%. Because although I am proud of my performance, now like 2-3 weeks out, there are things that annoy me, which I'll probably talk about in the next video, in the do's and don'ts and the mistakes that I made. There are things that annoy me with the preparation that I fucking should have took action with. There are things, even during the fight, to be fair, even during the fight, I'll be honest, I could not tell whether I was hurting him. I could not tell when I should have pressed him. I couldn't tell when he was out of breath. I couldn't tell when he was fatigued. I didn't have that knowledge, I guess, to know when to pounce on someone and know when they're hurt. But these are things that have probably niggled at me over time. But the beautiful thing is that I'm only 25. I've got years to come, and I can go again. And I can, you know, the easy option is to just give up and say, no, it's not for me. But for me, I think the story has got to continue, bro. The story's got to continue because I know I've got the dog in me. Yeah, I'm excited for the future. Not sure where it is I'm going to fight out of because I had an injury after the fight, which was a thing that I wanted to mention as well in this video. Is post-fight depression is definitely a fucking thing, and I never even knew it was a thing until now. But I think basically what it is, post-fight depression, is that you've had this thing in the background that you've been training and focused and dialed in on. The training's been really good. You've been feeling good because you're in the best shape of your life. Then the fight's done, and then suddenly you don't really have that goal in mind. It's kind of, I think a lot of people have it. It's like post-holiday. You know, you're excited for that something. You're excited for that thing, that goal. You're saving up the money. You do it, and then you come back. You have the fight, whatever, and you suddenly don't really have that bigger mission in mind. And it's like, I'll be honest, like after the fight, I was injured. I got kneed in the ribs, injured my ribs. It was bruised. It takes a long while to heal. And I've not had anything else to strive for properly, like a fight. But 2, I've not been able to fucking train. I'm not even able to do weights. Not even been able to do Muay Thai, boxing. So it's that over time, the 14 days of not training, I've decided, I'm going to treat myself. And then the bad habits just crept into my life of eating shit, which, you know, I probably deserve it. But at the end of the day, it has its cost. Everything has a cost, you know. Even me, like training for a fight has a cost of sacrifice of not being able to eat. But even if you eat shit, that has a cost as well, bro. But over time, it's a cost of your self-image, cost of your standards to yourself. And that's what really has pissed me off in the last 2-3 weeks is not being able to train and treating myself, but also letting the bad habits continue, but keep treating myself away a little bit too much of just eating like crap every day. And it's been hard to get back into good habits after that, to be fair, but obviously I'm back in them now. Obviously, it's made me realise, really, one, stuck in a rut can be hard to overcome, but also the other way around. Your good habits, when you have them, get in of such good momentum and routine that they snowball the same way bad habits do. So whatever it is in your life now, if you've got bad habits, if you've got vices, you can change them, bro. You can change them. Because I've done it, bro. After my fight, I was in bad habits and I was eating shit. Because why not? I've just had a fight and I fucking deserve it. But got to change at some point. You know, I could have easily continued, but you know, you just got to stop. And you got to ease yourself back in. I've learned as well. Like punning the body when he treats himself and then he goes into a fight camp. I think being like that is fucking a bit extreme. But you just got to ease yourself into it, bro. There's nothing to rush. But yeah, be all and end all. Proud of the performance. It was a crazy experience, which I recommend anyone to do. And yeah, I guess stay tuned for the fucking next one. It's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be, realistically speaking, it's going to be like in January next year, probably February. It's going to be next year now because of the bruised rib, and I'm probably going to go home at the start of January sometime to see family. It's been like over a year now since I've gone back home. So go home, come back out at the end of January, have a fight, document it all. Follow my Instagram. If you need any advice, any tips, tricks, or if, even if you just want to be coached by me, more than welcome. Send me a DM, and yeah, stick around for the next video where I tell you the do's and don'ts of your first fight in Thailand. Let's fucking go. Much love.